Just found out some damning, alarming evidence of why Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur Sanders so bad.
Oh, shit.
And it makes sense now. I couldn't figure it out before, but it makes sense now. In 1992, Tim McCarver was interviewing Deion Sanders in the postseason playoffs, baseball playoffs. And we all remember. Poured water on Tim McCarver.
A room, broadcasters never like it. It burns, it smells, it ruins your clothes. Last night, Deion Sanders, apparently upset with Tim McCarver's criticisms of his two-sport day last Sunday, felt like he would gain a measure of revenge, not with champagne, but by dousing McCarver with 4 tubs of ice water. McCarver was furious. So was CBS Sports. Rick Gentile, their producer, complained to National League President Bill White last night. McCarver wants a meeting with White as soon as he can get one. And after this confrontation, Tim McCarver confronted Sanders.
McCarver's right here. Right now, here you go. I got a real man, you know that? Yes. You are a real man, Deion, I'll say that.
Tim McCarver was very hostile about it. You feel like a real man, don't you, Deion? Why is that relevant? Why is that pertinent to the situation? Tim McCarver is Kevin Stefanski's granddaddy.
Oh, that's crazy, Lord. What? So you telling me all this is because of that?
Well, now tune back to the Dark Times channel.
Now, in 1992, Kevin Stefanski was a 10-year-old boy. Imagine being a 10-year-old boy and seeing your hero, your grandfather, being bullied by another man, belittled on national television, pouring water on him. Imagine what was going through Stefanski's head as a 10-year-old boy. And here we are 32, 33 years later, him carrying that anger all this time and taking it out.
Damn, y'all think that's the reason?
Kevin Stefanski comes from a sports lineage. His dad was a basketball player, drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, turned into a general manager. As you can tell, his grandfather was a baseball player, turned into a sports broadcaster. And so this runs through his veins. He was involved and entrenched in sports early on. And so I don't think there's any way possible that Kevin Stefanski couldn't have been holding this against Shedeur Sanders. And if you think about it, it's really not that old. And Deion Sanders actually spoke on it not too long ago. Go ahead and check it out.
There's no way in the world you could justify that.
What role did Nike play?
None. I don't think but anyway, it's just I didn't pay for it. How did that happen? I think I was just talking in the media one day. It's like, 85, anybody from Atlanta, 85 is packed, especially in those hours.
Yeah.
And I had to go from football practice to the baseball game. How do I do that? And somebody provided a helicopter. That's it, cool.
Why wasn't it celebrated more?
Because if somebody had a microphone in front of their mouth, we didn't have social media. We couldn't tell our side of the story. Someone that was wrong. They missed it. They were wrong. They did not know that my contract was over in baseball in July. So how am I the villain? How am I the bad guy when I'm helping a whole nother organization when I should be playing football? How did you make me to be the bad guy?
How did they?
This right here.
The microphone.
Yes. And how can we regurgitate something that someone told you? You didn't even check your facts.
But is that part of the reason why you wanted this 30 for 30, or you're glad that you can actually tell the story? It's like, Bo, when Bo got his 30 for 30, a whole new generation realized what Bo Jackson and who Bo Jackson was.
Well, they kept asking year after year after year, and probably pretty much for the football one. And I said, no. I said, if we're going to do it, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's let the people know what really happened behind the curtains on the two sport in one day. Let's do it that way. And that's what we did.
Anything surprise you when you watched?
No, it didn't.
Anything bother you?
Yeah.
What bothered you?
First of all, I don't know if you're being honest and truthful why you refrain to come on camera. That's number one. That's a red flag. Number two.
Wait, who didn't come on camera?
Bobby Cox and Tim McCarver. They didn't.
Oh, okay.
They didn't want to play a role in it. I understand. It's cool.
But did you get along with Bobby Cox?
Bobby Cox is my guy. I
Yeah.
love Bobby.
Okay.
Love Bobby. Bobby was a good man.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
He's a good man. I understand John Sherhold's not coming on. I do understand that. But why? I mean, just tell it.
And then Tim McCarver didn't want to come on.
Tim McCarver.
Well, you probably figured why he wasn't going to come on.
No, because I said, you know what? You come on, let's talk about it. If it's right, I apologize. Or you apologize to me. Let's just do it.
How did that come about, though, that McCarver, like you had that, I don't know if it's anger.
No, I wasn't angry.
But you dumped ice water on him.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me paraphrase.
All right.
Let me. My mama called me, and she said, "Baby, this guy, I don't know who this dude is talking about. He talking about you like a dog. Who is this guy keep talking about you the whole darn game? What is wrong with him?" And where I'm from, when you make somebody mama mad, you gotta handle it.
Okay, I didn't know about mom.
And I handled it.
All right.
And I've never tasted alcohol. I've never been drunk. I never had a drink in my life. I've never been drunk. So I'm not a champagne pouring guy. I don't believe in that. I don't even believe touching alcohol. So I'm not a champagne pouring guy after a victory. So I said, well, water, bucket of water. So would it have been more appropriate if it would have been champagne? Because it was going to be something.
Yeah.
It was going to be something. Because I had to cool him off a little bit because he was just speaking out of turn. I still, to this day, don't understand how can you make me out to be the bad guy and I don't even have a contract. And then in that piece, John Sherholt alleged that my attorney had a handshake deal with him that I would play two sports. I would play baseball exclusively. You know playoffs, everybody makes the same amount of money. So what deal did you consummate? What deal could that have been?
And so, like I said earlier, no doubt about it, this was absolutely on Kevin Stefanski's mind. Maybe not at the forefront, but at the back of his mind. You can tell when they drafted Shedeur Sanders, the energy, the look he had on his face. We now know the reason. This explains it all. And I'm not saying he didn't try his best to separate the two, to separate Shedeur Sanders from Deion Sanders, to separate what went down with his grandfather and Deion Sanders. I'm not saying that he didn't try his darndest to do so, but I don't think it worked. I don't think it was possible for him. Based on what went down preseason, the so-called competition, and based on this Wildcat phenomenon, every time Shedeur gets down to the goal line, it's all playing out in front of us. Those are my thoughts on it. You guys go ahead and keep that conversation going on down below as we usually do. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button. And as usual, peace and chaos.